Go ahead.
Hey everyone, this is the commodity report assignment for domestic and international sourcing 6082. I'm Rob. This is Anas and Amjad, and we're group three. Next, please. Our commodity is baking soda for Dr. Oetker Canada. And Dr. Oetker is a business that has been growing since 1981 and has remained a family-owned business for over 30 years. Starting with a breakthrough in a baking powder formula, this company gave bakers of all different experience levels the ability to make top-tier cakes. Soon after the initial success, Dr. Oetker quickly expanded to innovate in vanilla sugar, wheat starch, flavoring, dessert mixes, and they're most famous for frozen pizza. Products are now available in over 40 countries around the world. Next, please. Dr. Ocker continues to innovate to this day and is always adding new products and recipes to their website, shown here. Whether it's home baking, desserts, pizza, or pizza snacks, Dr. Ocker has his customers covered. They offer products and an assortment of recipes that use the products such as cake, desserts, cupcakes and fairy cakes, cookies and biscuits, and the rest you see on this slide. On the side, this is how many recipes are shown on their website. Next, please. The commodity is baking soda and also known as the raising agent E500 sodium carbonates. Baking soda is used in the main products for Dr. Oetker, the baking powder that started the rise of the company. From here is a product that helps all others from Dr. Oetker be created. Next, please. Baking powder is generally found on any ingredients list when baking. Dr. Oetker's also contains E40 disiphates and starch. Baking powder is the raising agent used to help give everything their light and fluffy texture, as well as airy consistency. While Dr. Oetker explains it's possible to substitute baking powder with baking soda, there's more to be added to make a better mix. The company has already perfected the right amount of ingredients to use in baking powder using baking soda to make the decision easier for customers. Next, please.
Thank you, Rob.
Thank you very much.
I'll cover the quality part. So the quality of the baking soda matters a lot to Dr. Oetker, and the accesses for it is the leavening performance, how much gas is trapped within the dough and the baking, and the taste and texture, and the shelf life. There are risks of poor quality that relates to the production delays and the customer complaints. The key quality parameters covered in 5 points that are the purity of the baking soda, the particle size, and the softness of it, how big is the granules, and the moisture content, and the pH level of the baking soda, and the absence of contaminations like salmonella, pesticides, or aluminium. There are three major areas for the industry standards. First, the regulations of the US, Canada, North American certification, the European Union. The second is the safety certification that are the HACCP and the ISO 22000. I'll cover them in the next slides. And lastly is the supplier requirements that we will cover as well in the next slides. The HACCP stands for Hazard Analysis Critical Control Points. It's a systematic science-based approach to identify controlling food safety out of the hazardous materials like chemical, physical, and the CFIA are the Canadian Food Inspection Agency. They are mandated to enforce the food safety laws, including the Safe Food and Canadian required by CFIA approved lab reports for each shipment of any Canadian factory. The four major technical standard terms that we covered in the quality report are the lab analysis, and those are run internally and audited by Dr. Oetker, the physical tastes and the performance testing, that measured the contamination, sorry, the leavening efficiency and the moisture balance. Last is the third-party audits. They are covered by external companies. The ISO 22000 is a certification made for safety or food safety management by the International Organization for Standardization. And they in fact, regulate a couple of inspections, whether being audited by Dr. Oetker internally or by third parties. Thank you. Anas.
Hi everyone, my name is Anas Ibrahim, and today I'll be presenting the supply and demand regarding Dr. Oetker and the baking soda commodity. So, next please. Starting with the supply overview, as you all know that the supply and demand, they go hand in hand. So, starting with the supply part, the baking soda, the sodium bicarbonate is widely used in chemical compounds with various applications, including the mining, including the cleaning products and the personal care products. Next, please. And here in this slide, we'll be talking about the demand overview. So as I mentioned earlier, that the demand and supply, they go hand in hand. So regarding the demand part, the baking soda is in demand in diverse uses because it's been used in the food and beverage, it's been used in the cleaning industry as well, and the industrial applications with different percentages and different quotas. So here in this slide, we found that the baking soda market share percentage by region. We picked the North American region, the European region, Asia, South America, and the Middle East. I want you just to take a look in the North American market in 2025, which is this year, and go till 2030. That will give you the projection of the baking soda market share. It's going to increase for almost more than doubled in 5 years. That means that the demand is going to be steady and the market is increasing regarding this baking soda. In this slide, we'll be talking about the baking soda market share percentage by grade type. So as you can see here in this graph, it's giving you the data from 2021 till 2033. And same thing, we will be here focusing on the food and beverage market, which is the food grade. And if you take a look from 2025, which is this year, and the projections till 2032, the market is still increasing and the market share by grade type still increasing and the demand is still real and there. And that means that the demand on the baking soda is going to be in the future the same thing, steady and increasing. Next, please. Here, the factors affecting the price and availability. We mentioned those factors, which are the raw materials availability will affect the price directly. The production cost affect the price directly as well. Transportation and logistics, regulations and trade policies, and the demand shift. And regarding the regulations and trade policies, as you all know that currently we have a trade war between America and Canada, and this will affect the prices directly in the baking soda and all type of products as well. So here in this slide, we will be talking about the top companies and their market share in the baking soda if you would like to source this domestically or internationally. So you can see those are the biggest market leaders in the market. Next, please. So pricing trends influencing factors. So the baking soda have remained relatively stable because it's been used in multiple industries, as we mentioned earlier, and the fluctuation is not that volatile. It's just like, a simple fluctuation and stable one. And this will be affected by the raw materials, the energy cost, the global trade, and the demand surge. Next, please. Thank you.